To continue with our discussion on issues affecting men, in studio we now have Buhle Makhanya, a psychologist from eThekwini municipality. Buhle, sikubingelele, sikwamukele on eThekwini Matters.
Sawubona Zimbili and your audience.
Just tell us about the issues that are affecting abantu besilisa.
I think men do experience a lot of psychological issues as well. Remember, they are humans before anything else, before their gender. One of the things that we're seeing that is rising is depression. And the previous speaker did speak that they don't talk. Most of the time they'll bottle up things. It's hardly when you see men being sad, but they'll opt to go to substance abuse. That's how normally they cope. And most of them, they do experience anxiety as well in most of the issues. But all in all, they don't talk. They experience depression, substance abuse. There's a new one now that is happening, digital. A psychological issue that is happening. You know, social media plays a lot in terms of influencing us. How do we look? How do we see things? And the society as a whole. It tells you how do you need to shape your life. So men as well do experience a lot of that as well. So there are a lot of relationship issues. We have seen a rise of divorces. And we see a lot of parents that have, we see a lot of single parents both sides. We have seen men as well being fathers to their kids without a mother. So those are issues they do experience. But the biggest one, I think, that's how they were socialized. Remember, when you grow up as a man, you are being told not to cry. And there's nothing wrong with crying because it's a process of you venting out. Most of men, because of social pressure, they don't talk. So there's a lot of things that happening around them that causes anxiety, depression, and we have seen suicidal cases. Men, as a result of them not talking and opening up, we see them taking out their lives. Yeah.
How do we help them open up?
I think the first step is to recognize that you have an issue, because if you are not aware of saying I have an issue, you are not going to take any step. We always say that they must be comfortable to reach out for support. We have psychologists at work. Most of the organizations have psychologists. And if not, they have what we call wellness offices or EAP programs, if you are employed. But if you are not employed, obviously, there's local clinics, there's hospitals. Most of the government hospitals, they do have offices of social workers, psychologists that can offer help as well. And there are private companies who offer it. If you are on medical aid as well, they do offer. So there are various of ways. And the most important one I've seen lately as well, even if you go on social media, there are Facebook groups on mental health. There are social groups as well on Instagram, as well as in the social media on its own. So reach out to those groups and then join them, and then so that is a platform for you to be able to talk with other fellow men that experience similar with you.
Let's talk about the issue of abuse now. What are the different types of abuses?
There's different forms of abuses. Firstly, there's a physical abuse. We have seen a lot of that on physical abuse. There's a verbal abuse as well, the way how you talk and deliver a message to your partner or your family member. There's a sexual abuse as well. And there's a digital abuse. You know, most of the people are being stalked on social media. That's another form of social of abuse as well. And then there's a financial abuse and substance abuse. So there are a lot of forms of abuses that are out there.
And then how do we then deal with the issue of the abuse of men? Noma kuyibona abuse ama partners up.
Abuse of men, the first thing that one you need to do is that you need to report to SAPS. Remember, SAPS is there to protect all of us in the country. So reaching out to to them and report your case to say, I don't feel safe at home. This is what is happening. Obviously, they have processes in place that one could follow to do it. But the most important one, talk to your family as well as friends as well. Build that network, build that support as well. I know other people, they would join church groups. Those church groups, they have men seminars inside the church. There are a lot of networks that one could join that can be able to assist them to talk about these issues and recognizes a lot of abuse. Yeah.
The month of July is Men's Month. What is your message to all the men?
To all the men out there, I think the time has passed for you not to talk. I think it's a time for men, either you experience depression, anxiety or stress or whatever issue that you may be experiencing, open up. There is a support. There is a support that is available freely. There is support that you can pay depending on your situation. But the first step is to realize that there is an abuse that is happening and obviously talk about it. Let us fight the stigma. Let us fight the stigma. Let us move from saying men don't talk, men are rocks, and men. Yes, I do understand that men, we fall on them most of the time for protection, but they need protection as well. They need that comfort as well. They need safety as well. So we need to make sure that men, they make sure that they talk whatever that they are experiencing and reach out to other fellow men, even and females as well. There are females that I have seen around that are joining men's forum and men's conferences and so on. So let us have a comprehensive approach to this. For me, one solution won't work, but as a society, we need to come up together and make sure that we fight the stigma of men not talking.
Thank you very much, Buhle, for your time.
Thank you.
Buhle Makhanya is the psychologist from eThekwini Municipality. My name is Zimbili Mazibuko, your host. Thank you for joining us on eThekwini Matters today. From myself and the entire team, it's goodbye. Till next time. Don't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe. Happy Men's Month.
Hayi ukhuluma. Khaya. Iright. Homa